Wow! Candy Tooth Radio episode 3!
Yes. Yeah. I'm excited.
You're always excited. It's good.
I'm excited how it's going, for real.
Yeah. It's almost like it's a real thing.
Yeah. It's totally like it's a real thing. I believe it.
Well, once again, I'm Daniel.
I'm Jeremy.
I'm Jeff.
And we're here to talk about anything and everything that catches our interest. What's going on in our lives?
What's going on in your life?
What's going on in my life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I've been, so last week, so just over a week, I had surgery. I went in and had some surgery.
Surgery.
Yeah, ball surgery.
That made me do a bigger.
So like some reconstructive? What happened?
No, not cosmetic reconstructive ball surgery.
Okay.
This was a vasectomy reversal. So I had,
wow.
I got two lovely daughters. At one point, I had decided that was
a wrap.
the end for me. That was a wrap.
Uh-huh.
And that was a whole different life. I got a lovely new wife, and we're preparing to make a family and call in some babies into this planet. So, yeah, I had a vasectomy reversal. And
Babies!
babies, man, they're already talking to me. They've already told me their names.
Oh, well,
I talked to them. I can't tell you yet.
How many?
2, they're going to be twins.
Oh, did
A
she
boy
know
and a
about
girl.
this?
Oh, yeah. She
She down?
actively wants twins. Very much so.
Crazy. So are they going to be, boy and a girl, you said?
A boy and a girl, yeah.
So it's not gonna, they're not going to be identical and all
No.
this? Good. Because
That's kind of weird.
it's not weird. It's just, like, and they're probably going to hear this, and saying his little brothers are identical twins, and it's really difficult for me to tell which one I'm talking to sometimes.
They're, like, really identical.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then everyone else can tell because they've known them since they were little babies, But for me, I'm like, okay.
Right.
That's
I'm
horrible.
sorry.
That's horrible.
It
I
is
can't
horrible.
believe you said that.
I know. Well, there it is.
I appreciate that honesty.
No, we're
That was a
we're
hard one.
They're going to
manifesting
hear it too.
I
I'm
know.
going to be in trouble.
manifesting those twins, man. But let me tell you, this reversal surgery, it's a little more intense than the first way in. Like, the vasectomy was easy, man. It was like,
Isn't
no
that at
problem.
1 day?
Shit.
It's like
it
5
was,
seconds, right?
What was yours
It's no
like?
problem. So the vasectomy story is I went in, hang out in the waiting room. I wasn't even waiting long at all because I showed up like close to the time, my scheduled surgery time. Sit there, like, choose a couple magazines out of the waiting room, go in, get in the gown. And basically I was just making small talk with the docs and the nurses, and they give you this big sheet and basically just pull your nuts out of a hole. Not your penis, just your balls. Like, your balls are like
I'm
out,
totally
like,
comfortable
but
with
your dick's still in.
Yeah.
And I was like talking with the doc. They give you one shot. You feel one little needle, and it ain't even that bad. Just a little teeny prick. And then little teeny prick.
Wow.
But
Ding.
ding. But yeah, man. Then and so I asked the doc. I'm like, hey, so how many of these have you done? And he's like, well, I'd say about 10. And I'm like, 10? You've only done 10 of these? He's
Whoa,
like,
I'm number 10, buddy?
10 years. 10 years of doing exclusively vasectomies. I'm like, okay, you're cool. You're good.
That was scared me.
And, yeah, man, I was, like, up at work the next day, like, kind of probably doing too much, climbing ladders and shit, and, like, feeling a little sore, but no big deal. Like, no recovery time at all, practically. The reversal, dude, they gotta cut your shit open.
Get your nuts
They
back.
gotta, like, cut your shit
Yeah,
open.
Jesus.
I have scars about 1.5 inches long on each side of my sack. One on each side. And they gotta, like, open it up and pull the nut out.
Jesus Christ.
And so then, meanwhile, Jeff Weig is pacing around the studio.
Oh my God, that's so painful.
So,
Yeah.
but no,
Wow.
they knocked my ass out.
You're out all
I'm
the way
out.
at this point, right?
Out.
Yeah.
They don't,
Out.
It's not like a little needle.
When your nuts
No.
are out of the sack, you have to
You're
go to
asleep.
Yeah.
Anesthesiologist. They knocked my ass out, breathing tube down the throat, the whole bit, right? And, yeah, I mean, we're talking microsurgery. You'd have to get into that vas deferens, which is like, it's the size of a pencil lead.
Yeah.
A tube the size of a pencil lead that they have to stitch together without stitching closed. You know what I mean? Like, they cut off each end where it was severed and then, like, stitch it all back together. Yeah, man, my shit has been the size of a grapefruit for, like, a week.
Oh!
Ooh.
Yeah,
Wow.
Oh.
Re-engage the life laser.
totally. It's almost like there's a third nut in there sometimes.
Oh!
And like it's so swollen, like I'm not,
The
you know,
third nut.
usually balls kind of hang, you know, they do their job. They like
Yeah.
hang, the scrotum stretches out, they hang
I
low, it's no
know.
big deal.
Jesus. Jesus, do I know. Anyways.
But so now it's like it's so plumped up
Oh.
that I'm like playing hacky sack with myself every single time I walk. It's
Oh!
like each step I take is kind of like just kicking it to the side a little bit.
Oh my god!
Yeah. I haven't laid on my belly in a week. So I gotta like lay on my side when I sleep, but the legs are straddled, you know, like one open, like one way or the other.
Oh. This is the most.
Oh.
You're creating a momathon.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's horrible.
dude. There's like, you know, a couple big gnarly scars, and at first I was concerned, you know, I was asking my wife Rachel, like, man, I don't know, like, my nutsack, I got these big scars, and she's like, are you kidding me? Like, scrotums are so wrinkly, like, if you're gonna have any place to have a scar, like, that's an okay
Where
place to
no
have a
one's ever
scar.
going to see it.
No one's gonna
anyways.
see it except for me, and you won't even know after
That's a
it's
good
healed. Like, you
point.
won't even be able to see it, this thing.
That was a good point.
Right, it's better than across your forehead or some shit.
Right. But it's like Frankensack.
With some bolts? They have to put some bolts on there?
Luckily, no bolts or staples,
Or
but
ground.
Would they have put bolts in there if you requested bolts?
maybe. But I don't know about the bolts. But Rachel was all concerned at the doc, and she's like, "Are they gonna have to give him a catheter?" And they're like, "If he wants one." And I'm like,
Oh.
what?
Why would
Wants
I want
one.
that?
No,
Nobody wants one.
no, please.
Nobody wants a catheter. Except for there's some people. But we don't talk about those people.
Oh.
So that's what's going on in my life. I've been spending most of the
Whew.
week just like icing my nuts.
Moaning.
Oh.
We just caught
Yeah,
up.
The
We
moan
just
fest.
caught
for
up
real.
in your moan fest, yeah.
That's so gnarly.
What's going on? What's going on with you, Jeff?
No surgeries, really.
Yeah, nuts are the same.
Yay, no ball surgery.
That's
I did have surgery once when I was a kid, though.
What was that like for you?
I don't remember. I was really young. I was born a freak.
this is good.
You got to go on this. Did you have a tail?
No.
Oh wow, that was a good one.
No tail.
Did you have an extra person growing out of your rib cage?
Or like a third arm? Third nipple? Third something?
No.
Okay.
No. Are you guys done?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not done, but I'm still thinking. So
I could only cry out of one eye. When I was a baby.
is this gonna change your country so much?
No, I don't know. It
Okay.
could be.
That is. I can only cry out of one
I
eye.
could only cry out
When
of
I was a
one
baby.
eye. When I was a baby.
But no, wait a minute. So, again, I'm rolling this back to like the testing for
Oh, wait a
this.
minute.
They were repeatedly like making you cry just to see.
They're
No,
like,
like-
same eye. I told
Like,
you.
because
Look
babies
at-
cry all the time, you know what I'm saying? So, like, when I was doing that, like, my
It'd just be on
parents
this
would
one
notice, you know, like, shit, it's all coming out one side. What's going on with this, you know?
side. Tear duct.
There you go.
Time machine.
Oh, good. I wanted to go back.
I gotta
and
go
see
back.
It.
There we go.
I want to go back and see it.
There we are. What year is it?
So it's gotta be 79 or 80.
Year of
Probably.
the dry baby eye.
Like when I had the surgery, you know what I'm saying? Like, because they didn't just do it like right when I was little, because I don't know why. But anyway,
Should have done with the circumcision.
and I don't think I'd stay the night or anything, but it was really strange because I just like had barely like little flashes of like remembering being at the place, you know. And now that both eyes cry now. So that makes
You
me,
went into the place, you came out, and both eyes cried.
yeah.
I'm wondering if there was any really like any drawback to only crying out of one eye. Like,
I don't know. It was like the duct was blocked or something. So, it was
so
probably,
maybe it
like,
could have caused some problems.
like over time, like maybe that eye would be dry, or I don't know what. Who knows?
I just want to watch that slideshow of that whole story. One eye's all with cheeks wet.
Uh-huh.
I could only.
They're just
I could only
looking
cry
at
out
the
of one
doctor.
eye.
The doctor's looking all close,
Like, what
and
is
the
it?
nurses,
What?
and then the mom's far back.
Yeah.
Like looking concerned. Wow.
Like, see,
And then-
I told you.
And then
Yeah.
little Jeff's all good. Little Jeff's
You're all
all
hitting
happy.
him again.
And they're
Hitting
like,
him.
no, I'm telling you, he only cries out of one eye.
Pinch him.
Slap.
Pinch him.
Slap.
I wasn't having a baby too, so like I don't know if they had to like I don't know if they had to do something like that. Like when she brought me in, and was like, look, If they had to like hurt me or something to make me cry, or
Wow.
they didn't believe her, I don't know, who knows what.
Shake you a little bit.
Only one way we're going to prove
Well,
this.
they didn't shake me.
Got to make this baby cry.
Yeah, exactly. You might be insane, lady. I mean, she's a nurse and everything too, so like, I'm sure they took her seriously.
They wouldn't shook you.
I don't think you're supposed to shake babies, really. I
No.
think that's the thing you're not supposed to do.
You ever
Unless,
seen- unless.
this story, this is the only time you're supposed to shake a baby. I saw it in the newspaper.
What?
Is when
Never?
No, you're playing your video game, right? And you're just about to beat the high score. You know what I'm saying? And the baby just won't shut the fuck up.
It was in
You
the
know what I'm
news-
talking about? Yeah.
It's like news.
So you just shake them, and then they stop.
And then you can get back to your game.
Yeah, and you can get that high score you've been looking for, Dad.
What?
Father of the year.
That's right. I'm just bringing it down already. I was trying to be positive.
I was trying to be positive.
Now we're
You got the
shaking
high
babies.
score. He got the
Yeah.
high score. It's
Yeah, the
perfect.
high score, he won.
Baby, stop crying. He's not sad anymore.
He won whatever guy he was playing somewhere in some other state.
Some other nerd who's shaking his fucking baby too.
Right. Then like
Jesus.
the avatar is some big-breasted woman, and it's really a 14-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Well, Jeremy, you got the high score for baby shaking.
I'm sad now.
All right. Well, I got something to bring it up. I got my surprise topic. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh.
Slugs versus snails. What's the deal?
Slugs versus snails. Like,
Well, I'm
why are they
jealous.
even two different things?
Well, right. Okay. Here's what brought it up. Okay. So
Okay.
I got outside. I got this tree. Right. It stays green all winter long. It's got these little berries on it that happen in the fall. And they fall down and they make a big mess with these little seeds in there and all this. Some of them, the little shell,
Yeah.
the skin like survives, you know, as a whole piece. And so there's these little hollow, little crunchy balls out there, right?
Oh, don't talk about crunchy balls.
Well, I'm sorry. I thought it was appropriate. So there's always slugs out here, you know.
Yeah.
We live in the Pacific Northwest. We got ferns and slugs.
Yeah.
What?
Mom's calling.
My mom's
We
calling.
can't.
I'm
That's
not
it.
answering.
He's
No,
like,
this is-
I'm not
I'm
doing it.
shaking
No,
my head.
ask
Like,
her
no,
what's
not
the
answering.
difference between slugs and snails.
No, not happening. Not answering, Mom. Sorry.
Well, you gotta hang up.
I'll
on
call
it.
you later. Love you, Mom.
All right.
Love you, Mom.
So
Back to slugs. Yeah.
So there's a bunch of slugs out there. I'm out there. I see a couple slugs, and I'm talking on the phone, and then I hear I'm kind of walking around and hear a crunch, and I'm like, oh, did I just step on a huge snail,
Yeah.
And then I look and no, it's just one of those little things. But then it got me thinking, right? Well, I grew up in upstate New York, other side of the country from here. No slugs, we got snails.
But see,
All
so
day,
you think
snails everywhere. But here, you move here, I move here. No. Where'd the shells go?
Well, we got both. We have both.
I mean, I've seen a few snails.
Yeah.
More
you see a
slugs,
snail every once in a while.
We got some
Yeah.
giant ass fucking slugs around here.
Now, the
Yeah.
weirdest thing, though, is that most of our slugs are not native. The only slugs that we have are the banana slugs that are native.
Yeah.
The big, long, yellow and brown ones, the big, gnarly ones.
Uh-huh.
Delicious.
And then all the little
So
brown
gross.
ones were imported by the French.
What?
The fucking French
Fucking
brought them in. They
French.
thought it was like an escargot thing. Seriously.
Gross.
Yeah, learned it at Northwest Trek.
Well,
Slugfest.
but I thought I
Fat.
thought snails was escargot. But the slug? So
It's
what's...
one less step. You don't even have to.
You have no shell, right?
No shell.
Whoa.
But that's part of the presentation on the plate, isn't it?
Well, it's like a boneless chicken wing.
That was a real noise.
That's gross.
But no, the slugs, though, the banana slugs.
Yeah.
They actually have some medicinal properties. They are
What?
anesthetic. They're anesthetic.
If you eat them?
Oh, I think I'm...
So the Native Americans would use them. They have antiseptic and anesthetic properties. So if you get like a bee sting or something, if you find a banana slug and you just put it on it, the slime,
Uh-huh.
it is a painkiller. It's a numbing
okay.
agent. And if they ever had to do dentistry, like primitive ass dentistry,
No.
they would.
Slug your
Yeah,
tooth.
yeah. You had to
Slug
suck a
your
slug.
tooth. Suck
Fuck
a slug,
You had to
that,
suck off a
dude.
slug, and
Suck
your
the
whole
slug.
your whole mouth
I
is
know-
so numb.
I know somebody that...
No.
No,
No, that's so gross.
it's okay.
I mean, I just chopped my head off. I'm good.
Like, I'm going with this root canal. It's like I'm just going for it.
Sucking the slug.
Oh,
Oh, man. I'm holding
back to horrible surgeries.
Horrible surgeries?
And then you get into that would you rather game. You ever played Would You Rather? It's like, would you rather have a modern day vasectomy reversal or a primitive Native American root canal?
Oh! I need all the facts first, I think.
All the facts was laid out.
Wow. What if?
I couldn't choose
Who's
that one,
what?
you know.
For a little
Which
while.
one lasts longer, you know what I'm saying?
I think the root canal would last long. Well, I don't know, man. My surgery was a few hours, dude. My surgery was like 3 hours, but I was knocked the fuck out.
I
Right,
thought about
okay.
doing root
I didn't
canals
even
on
know.
myself.
I woke up and my first words were, "Did that even happen?" I'm like, I slept through that.
Yeah,
whole
I guess
thing.
you wake up and you're in 2014 and, you know.
Yeah. You got like painkillers and whatever.
Right. Hey.
That's the sound of our studio dog.
Every once in a while, you'll hear it. A butthole being viciously lit. And that's the dog,
It's
studio
not.
dog.
Most of the time, it's usually the dog.
It's not his butthole.
I
It's
will
just
always blame it on the
It's his
dog.
leg. He just licks his leg all the time. He's a weirdo.
I'm sorry that I called you out.
Jeremy, you ever had surgery? What's the biggest medical predicament you've been in?
I have my whole face rebuilt.
That's intense.
Yeah.
Did they give you like a new face, like in that movie?
I mean, it's hard to
Yes,
write
I saw.
mentioning, really.
Got a new face.
Yeah.
I broke this one. Could they give
So
me
how
one
come
more?
you didn't get like John Travolta's face? or
Yeah, I
something?
wanted John Travolta's face. They were like, no.
They were
Like,
out.
It was licensing deal.
Oh.
So you had to pay a monthly fee or something?
Yeah. But there was a different
For
company.
life, exactly.
But there was a company you could just pay that took care of all that for you, and you could get anybody's face.
Oh, but then there's no guarantee.
It's like roulette. You just spin the wheel and you just get like
You
face
just, you're
roulette.
like, oh, fuck, I got Gilbert Gottfried.
No, I had an underbite, right? And so they do surgery. My mom had the same surgery, and they cut your jawbone in the back and then slide it back,
Oh!
and then they screw it back together with these screws. Then they cut the middle of your chin in 2 spots, and then take a piece out and push it together. I don't even know why they did that. But then they put a plate on it and put screws through the plate, right? 4 screws through the plate. And then you get
I know, Indy. I don't know why.
you get done, right? And you're starting to heal. Then you go to the party that's in Pioneer Square at some .com dude's birthday, free liquor. You keep drinking. You're with a friend and your girlfriend.
Oh, no.
And then your friend and the girlfriend turn on you at some point, right?
What? How old were you when this happened?
This is like 28,
Oh.
29.
So you decided to go all the way into full-grown adulthood with the monster face.
Yeah.
Wow. At that point, I just thought you'd like live with it. Just like that, you'd be cool because that was your face.
No, because then it was like my stepdad kicked down for it through his works insurance because I was in school. So it was like that was the only time I could do it if I was gonna do it. But it was way better. It's like a way better thing. Even though some of the maybe you lose feeling of all of your chin and your bottom lip.
Oh, for how long?
Until right now.
I got nothing.
But so you get out of surgery, you go to that party, you're partying with your friends, then they want to leave, right? And they're against you, and you have 2 drinks, and there's a picture, a photograph that I have to find now because I said it on this thing. But
in the
of me
comment
just
section.
holding two drinks. Yeah, all the pictures will be in the comments. I might not be able to find this one. But I'm holding 2 drinks, and they're like leaving. It's like a picture right before they're leaving. And so finally they leave, and then I go out, and I'm calling the dude a pussy, just yelling stuff at him while he's walking, just la 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 la, and your mom la 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 la, and I bet you la 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 la.
Meanwhile, he's leaving with your girlfriend.
Yeah, no, my girlfriend's with me now,
Okay,
but she's
okay.
embarrassedly with me.
Yeah.
Oh, right. She's with you, like, ashamedly so.
Yes, exactly. Because I'm just a douche now. And nobody else is there but me and this guy on the whole planet. And all I can do is keep talking. Like, that's all I can do until we can fight. So, then he finally just stops and turns around, right? And he comes walking back and he's all, "You think I'm a pussy?" And I was all, "Yes, totally, you know."
Just don't punch my face.
Like, I'm totally, no, I didn't say anything about that. I just said, "Yeah, you're a pussy, totally." And then he was like, what? And he like pushes me, and I push him, but we're like friends fighting, you know?
Yeah.
So we're like we're not doing anything to hurt each other. So then it turns into like a wrestling match. I'm wrestling around him, and then I grab underneath his ribs, right? He's like lower than me. I grab underneath his ribs and then flip over his back with no hands onto my face on the bricks.
Oh, and your freshly reconstructed face.
Yeah, I have a picture. I have a picture of that.
Oh.
So right on, exactly on everywhere that any surgery was at all. So like, and then shit just went a little bit weird. A whole bunch of braces broke off.
Oh.
And then
Oh.
I went crazy because I was bleeding everywhere now. And so now I'm like losing the fight because I'm bleeding in my mind.
But you're kind of winning the fight in a way because you're like crazy.
No,
Is that
because
not
I
the
did
case?
this.
He
Yes.
was drunk and fell on his face.
No, because then I did this though. Yes, you're right, Dan. Because then I just got up and then just wiped the blood on his face.
Oh!
And he
my
just-
God!
And I said, I'm the one bleeding. You know, I just was like yelling weird shit. Like it just got. That's when it got weird. It wasn't a good thing. So right at that time, then bloop bloop. When the cops rolled up, that was my cop. That was my cop. Bloop.
Whoop, whoop. Do you have
Yeah.
a cop sound effect?
No.
Oh,
we
we're
need
gonna have to
that.
get one.
Yeah,
We're
I
gonna
think
need
there's
one.
gonna be a whole section on cops every time. But yeah, so the cops pull up and they're like, you know, because it's just us fighting, you know, like it's what they came up on, and like my whole face is ripped off, and they're like, everybody sit on the curb, you know, we're gonna figure this out or whatever. They let him go.
Uh-huh.
They go into my pockets, right, and I got weed and a pipe and a lighter, right?
Oh, the Holy Trinity.
Yeah. And so I'm like, oh, this is so lame right now. And then the cop's like, taking that stuff out of my pockets. He's all, don't think you're getting this back. And I was like, yeah, what? That doesn't even make sense. And then,
Hey, can I have that back?
yeah. And so they go and they're going through a bunch of stuff. It's two cops now, and they're talking about stuff and doing stuff. Then they come back. They give me my weed, my pipe, and my lighter, and they say, you need to go home. And I was like, cool, thank you, sir. You're the best. I love you guys. Keep up the good work. I don't care who you choke out. And then, and so then I start walking the way he did, and the cops were like, hey! No, you gotta go a different way. I'm really thinking that too,
Yeah.
because I'm just
I'm gonna go find this fucker.
in La La Land. We walk up. There's a little bit more I forget about, but we walk up to Westlake Center. We're walking up to the Capitol Hill, and so we go through Westlake, and this is at 3 a.m. or
Right.
something now, and I'm bloody, and it's raining, so like it just made like a streaked blood face.
Like all in your shirt.
Yeah, it's like yeah, it just looks all crazy.
You
I
look
look
like a
crazy.
murderer walking around.
And then this gang of dudes comes, like it's like 5 dudes, you know,
Uh-huh.
but for the story it's like 12 dudes.
Yeah.
And only one talks. And he's like, they're walking over, and he's like, hey, you got a cigarette? And I was like, I already got beat up, man. I already got beat up. And he's like, oh, damn, who beat you up? And he's like, got my back now? Like, he switched his whole demeanor switched.
Uh-huh.
So now he's like, gonna help me. And I was like, no, it's all good, man.
Because they just wanted somebody to fight. It could have been you or the people that beat you up. They didn't care.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to fight somebody.
Yeah.
They're like,
So
well,
I
we're gonna
went-
do some justice. We're gonna find this fucker.
So I went to my girlfriend's house, and then I just got her to take a picture of me smiling, and that'll be in the comments.
Oh, the life and times.
I've seen that picture before.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
bad one.
It's awesome.
The orthodontists, those people thought it was funny. They're like, how'd you rip off this one, and this one, and then that one? I was like, free liquor. Get it off. You put Jaeger on anything, you can get it off.
Well, and then once again, that could be a whole show. It's like all the times you've been injured.
Oh, I like that too. I don't like it, but I like
Mine are all self-inflicted always.
In a certain way, injuries are kind of all self-inflicted, even if somebody else beats you up.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess so. But mine
Even
are
if somebody
like
beats you up.
also literally, not just figuratively. So.
Well, so now here's the thing. This is kind of a totally...
It's all skateboarding or like me running into the corner of the hallway.
Skateboarding is kind of
take the corner too fast.
sadist.
Yeah.
Is that the word I'm looking for?
Well, so there's this whole idea, right? Like, think of any time, say you're doing something, you have a total accident, you're like cutting a carrot, and then you end up like cutting your finger, or like even something less harmless than that. Like, whenever something happens, you say, "I hurt myself," right? That's what we say.
Yeah.
I hurt myself.
Yeah,
I did this to myself because in a certain way that we know that's true, and we're like kind of calling out for help in a certain area, or we're being reckless in a certain area.
Well, I guess, cutting your finger teaches you to pay attention better.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Sometimes my wife will even...
carrots, gross.
If she's doing something, she's all about presence. We both have cultivated a lot of presence in our lives. But she'll even, like, be cutting a carrot and, like, say to herself in her head, I'm cutting a carrot, I'm cutting a carrot, I'm cutting a carrot. To be right there in the moment and not be, like, looking over her shoulder and cut her damn finger off, Like...
Well, right.
To be very actively doing just what you're doing. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Don't cut your fingers off. That's good advice. And when you're heating up the stove, don't put your hand on it before you boil those carrots or whatever hideous thing you're going to do that has carrots in it. I don't like carrots if you don't.
Not a fan of carrots. I take it. I hear this.
It tastes like wood.
Oh, that's why they're so good, though. It tastes like earth. It tastes like roots.
Mm-mm.
You got to have more teeth. I got to have more teeth.
To eat a carrot?
Yeah. Carrots are a hassle. One tooth. It's like, you got to push it all to that one spot.
With just two.
No, see, I mean, if you like, I love some carrots, but you dice it up all fine, that's well and good. We were out at Woodby Island not too long ago, and, we eat pretty clean. We eat a vegan diet. We find this, like, mostly raw vegan restaurant on the island, and it gets, like, all these good reviews, and we go there, and, the place I get it like a bowl. It's like a dragon bowl or something, right? It's like a bunch of vegetables and some quinoa or some rice in a bowl.
Right.
And the damn carrots, it's like a huge carrot that's like 1.5 inches thick. It's like they didn't even try. They didn't even try to cut the thing.
How are you supposed to eat that?
It's so big. It was ridiculous. It was kind of foolish.
Waiter, can I get a cauldron of boiling water?
Like, I didn't prepare the food you just brought me.
They're like, well, we don't really cook things around here. It's raw.
Well, do you also not bother to cut them?
Well, we don't believe in knives.
It's really mean to the vegetable.
Keep them sharp.
That's what teeth are for.
Sharp knife is a safe knife.
That's true.
Oh, that's what teeth are for. Oh, you're going to lead me into something interesting now.
Teeth?
Finally, something interesting.
Finally. Based on teeth, though, yeah. So I read this article earlier today, and it's been tripping me out. I've been thinking about it all day, and I've kind of heard about this stuff previously, but this has re-inspired my enthusiasm in this. Human giants. What do you guys think about this? So
I think they're pretty cool.
I'll read you the story, or a little bit of the story. This is from a website called earthweareone.com. The article is The Great Smithsonian Cover-Up, 18 Giant Skeletons Discovered in Wisconsin. There's a couple photos here. This is all around turn of the century. Like, in 1912, an entire group of more than 200 effigy mounds, they were the Mound Builder Society in Midwestern United States, all through Ohio,
effigy mound.
Minnesota. Yeah, they're like big earthen mounds. They have these big earthen mounds.
Is that where you put the dead people? What was that thing you were talking about last time?
Oh, no, not a oubliette.
Okay, oubliette.
No, this is like mound burials. They have the big mounds built of earth.
All right.
Well, they found all these remnants of 18 skeletons that were in between 7.6 feet tall and 10 feet tall.
What?
And their skulls were huge, like much larger than normal men today.
Well,
most of them,
like, by proportion, does it say, or?
Proportionately, it says, presumably those of men are much larger than the heads of any race which inhabit America today, is the quote that was made at the time in 1912.
Huh.
Oh, wow.
And they tend to have a double row of teeth.
What
Yeah.
Double row?
6 fingers, 6 toes,
Yeah.
and all of the teeth are molars. all the way through.
They just grind you.
Well,
They
you know what that
grind your
means?
bones.
No, well, or it means you're
Oh, they're
you're an
vegetarians.
herbivore. You're
Yeah.
vegetarian because you have double row of teeth. You're almost like a cow.
Yeah.
So you eat only plants, and you like maybe even regurgitate and rechew your cud.
So wait, so there's like teeth, and then behind them there's more teeth?
A second row of teeth, all molars, full mouth of molars. That's a lot of teeth.
Whoa.
And so the whole theory is, because these magazine articles were showing up all over the place, or newspaper articles, you know, strange skeletons found, giants found, mystery of the Wisconsin giants. 6 fingers and toes, yeah.
I
2
don't
rows
like
of teeth,
that.
and they're all like 10 to 12 feet tall sometimes. The Smithsonian Institute would swoop in anytime this was a case.
I thought they were 7 to 10 feet tall.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm scrolling through the article, and there are more instances of
Oh.
ones that are like 10 to 12 feet tall, even. And there's even a photo, which I'll show you guys, and maybe I can even post this later. There's this photo right here of these two men
Oh, next to a normal
standing
guy.
next to like a
Yeah,
big
he's
mummified
like twice
corpse.
as tall.
He's like twice as big,
Wow.
and it's from 1912.
What the fuck, dude? It's not like a hoax or anything?
No, that's like a 1912 photograph.
They already have a head start. Why do they need extra fingers and toes?
So the Smithsonian Institute would swoop in wherever this happened. The Smithsonian would swoop in and basically pay the people off, and they would buy up the remnants. And you know, this is like 1912, so they give them like $100, which was a fortune, you
Right.
know. And they would carry off the remnants.
Cash
and,
money.
"Oh, we need to do some research and whatever." They all disappear. It all just like goes ghost, and the Smithsonian is responsible for completely hiding all of this information. And somewhere out there, these remnants still exist, but you know, nobody can find them. So here's a quote
They're
from
in that big warehouse where
All
they put Indiana Jones shit that he found.
Oh, right, it's
The
with
Ark.
the Ark of the Covenant.
Uh-huh.
It's like hidden with the Ark of the Covenant. Oh, this is kind of cool.
You just solved that quick.
On the
What
20th
else
of
would be better?
December,
Fort Knox. Maybe that is Fort Knox.
on the 20th of December, which happens to be my birthday, 1897, the Times followed up this other story with a report of 3 large burial mounds that had been discovered in Maple Creek, Wisconsin. One had recently been opened, and here's a quote from the article in the New York Times, 1897. In the mound was found a skeleton of a man of gigantic size. The bones measured from head to foot were over 9 feet and were in fair state of preservation. The skull was as large as half a bushel measure, whatever a half a bushel is, and some finely tempered rods of copper and other relics were lying near the bones. They've been found in Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, Ohio, Kentucky, and New York. And these remains were all found near these mounds for the mound builder people. And the mound builder history is thought to span over 5,000 years, from 3400 BC to the 16th CE. So a period greater than the entire history of ancient Egypt and all of its dynasties. So basically, I'm just tripping out on what this cover-up is. Oh, there's another thing in this article that talks about a lot of these skeletons in different areas. In England, giant skeletons have been found with one eye socket. Like, giant cyclops
Wait, what?
skeletons have been found. Yeah!
This is all from that
No.
stop motion. That first
No,
stop
this is
motion.
real shit, man.
Yeah,
This isn't
Clash
from,
of the
like...
Titans.
Yeah, this is the President Titans shit.
This is real deal.
So that was a documentary, I guess, then. Clash of the Titans.
Over 200 giant dig sites have been found in semi-recent years. Giant skeletons have not made the local or national news since the 1950s for the most part, and it seems that in most part, the people's opinion of like their fear of yeah. Anyway, it's like it's a crazy story, man. Like, and
You said news. That's the news.
the newsreel, Cyclops
Sound.
News, giant Cyclops News.
Today on Giant Cyclops News.
It would, if that really came out, you know, in like the modern scientific community, it would flip so many of our ideas about who we are and where we came from on its head. And the fact that not only was it this active evolution, but at some point there might have been a de-evolution.
Yeah.
Like we might have like grown up to a species that was actually evolved past where we are now, and then like stepped back.
Yeah,
Devo was right.
we're stepping back right now.
Devo
We're
was
stepping back.
always
We
right.
weren't even that far. And we're stepping back right now.
That's crazy. Well, they're from Ohio. They know all about these mound people then. The giants.
People.
So yeah, what do you guys think about that? Giants, man, it's real. It's
I don't
real
like
shit.
I think it's fucking cool.
I
I'd
don't
like to meet one.
I don't like them. Get
I
them
wanna
out of my
meet one.
neighborhood. They're gonna bring down property fucking values. Giants.
Yeah, because everyone that sees one is gonna abandon their house immediately.
Totally.
Flee.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'd be like, what's up, dude?
Before they muller you to smithereens.
They're not gonna eat me.
Dude,
They're
they're
vegetarian.
gonna muller you. It's gonna take a while.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can't like run faster than them or anything. I suppose.
You could, but how long are you gonna run?
Or you could just grab some guns. Fine.
Damn, dude, you're gonna start shooting giants.
They start trying to molar me.
Wow. Get to shoot.
I mean, I don't have any guns, but I'm sure I could find one if they ever want to abandon their house.
Big one. I know some people that have guns in case that happens.
In case the giants come with the 6-fingered giants.
6 fingers,
I
6
got
toes.
my backpack ready. My giant shaker.
Shake the baby giant.
Shake the baby giant. Speaking of giant, have you seen on this internet?
On this internet
There's
thing?
a kid, and he has one of those boards with wheels on it. And his name's Nia Houston.
Oh, this
He's
kid.
like a ridiculous person.
Yeah.
Alien. And he does kickflip. Wait a minute, let me say I'm jocking this. Totally jocking this. Like, wow, Nia Houston, I'm jocking you. All right. Got that out of this. Got that out of the way. The kickflip down 8 stairs, land on the other skateboard.
Like just ditches the first skateboard out.
No,
Or
no.
lands on the skateboard on top of another skateboard.
On the skateboard, on top of the other skateboard, in the middle, not even on like grind, but in the middle of the board, and then just rolls away from it.
Double decker.
Kickflip double decker. Shit.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, Google it, kids.
Google it, kids.
It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It's not a. It's like a magic trick. It's not a.
The
It's not
aim and
real.
precision you would have
No,
to
it's
do that.
all to think about it. But then it lets you see what we can do as humans.
How old is he now? He's like 16, 18?
No,
Is he
no, he's in
older
his
now?
20s.
Yeah, because I remember he
was a
came
little
on the
kid,
scene as
yeah.
like a 13-year-old kid or something.
Yeah, dreadlocks, longer dreadlocks than him. Just landed everything, and then the dreadlocks would come later and like sweep up.
Like 13 groupies chasing their after behind him.
He's all, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Now it's just pictures of him everywhere with just millions of chicks and dudes too trying to get in the photo.
Oh, what?
But just that, just like he's amazing. He's something to talk about all night. But that one trick though is just like
You're not supposed to do that. Like you could get
the point of skill is a ridiculous.
you get
thing.
so hurt doing that.
Yeah. There's a million ways you can get hurt doing that.
Yeah.
Instead of just landing perfectly and just riding away like on 2 skateboards.
Like, oh man, because not only the side to side aim of landing on the board, but the depth
Yeah, exactly.
to like not land just on the
Yeah.
tail and flip
Yeah.
the thing into your face.
Yeah.
Or land on the nose and
Yeah.
just fall forward and crash your face on
Oh.
the ground like Jeremy.
Or just crumple.
Or just like snap.
It
the
goes
neck
on
out.
or the deck goes on the side like 50-50 ground, but then like shoots out so that your ankle goes into a blender.
Yeah.
Right.
Or you flub the flip, but there's still a skateboard right where you want to
there's
land.
2 skateboards where you want. Oh, right where you want to put your foot when you're jumping down.
Uh huh.
Oh.
And if you don't have your weight right, you can't jump on it, or else you'll just slip out and
I
kill
want to
yourself.
watch it right now. It's
Yeah, there's a million ways.
so crazy. I just had to talk about that just because I just need people to know that happened.
Well, there's kind of that, there's that crazy thing of progressive, like, collective human evolution.
Definitely.
Because, in the 50s, one guy could slam dunk a basketball, right? And it was, like, amazing.
Yeah.
Like, what, that guy
He's
could do
freak.
that? He's a freak of nature. And now
Goddamn
it's
giant.
like, now you have junior high kids doing it like nothing.
How many fingers that dude got?
Yeah.
You got
They're
that
just
surgery.
trying to hide their fingers
got
when
the
they're
surgery.
going
You got
down.
that surgery to hide it. You cut that extra finger off.
You gotta take more than just a finger, though. You gotta take some of the hand, too. That's
Dude, that's the
rough.
most surgery.
You're
in
Frankenhand.
giants.
But yeah, now it's like now junior high girls are slam dunking basketballs like nothing.
Yeah,
It's true.
it's true. But then, like, same
Or
thing.
is it just people, like, rising to the occasion of, like, what's being expected of you? Because it seems once it becomes normal, then it's normal. Like, all these little kids that can do all these ridiculous skate tricks when they're super young,
That's what
But
I'm
it's just
talking
normal
about.
to them.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're doing, mentally for them, it's not like they're doing something ridiculous or crazy. It's like, oh, this is what you do. You do slam dunks, or you kick flip down 10 stairs, or whatever.
Well, yeah, they've seen that people have set that precedent before them that
Yes.
that's possible. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, you can do. I can do that? People
Yeah.
can do that? Okay,
But
great.
like
And then you can do it.
same deal like we were talking about in the 50s when that one dude could slam dunk, you know, like when you know, not even that long ago when me and Jeremy were like junior high kids, like watching people skate and watch skate videos and stuff, like if a dude was doing a kickflip down a 10 stair, that was super burly at that point. Like
Oh yeah.
like that's what?
Yeah.
That's the guy that could slam dunk, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous like how far it's progressed and it's all super normal.
Yeah.
And I think it might be just because people, you know,
You think
people
in
do
your
what
mind.
people, yeah, they think it's normal, and like you do what's expected of you. You know what I mean?
Well, absolutely,
in a
and
sense.
we're all, every single one of us are prisoner to our own self-limitation. Like, if we say, that's impossible, I can't walk through a wall, you can't walk through a wall.
Right.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, maybe I'm kind of out there, but I firmly believe that if you remove all doubt, and you 100% believe, like, we could all be Jesus, we could walk on water, we could pass through physical objects, but it's a matter of, like, even if you tell yourself, oh yeah, totally, I can do this. No, there's a little teeny bit of doubt.
Yeah, you don't
and
really
disbelief.
believe that shit.
Yeah.
Hell
But
no.
like when you actually gravitate past that point to 100% belief, we're capable of doing things way beyond what like we think our physical limitations are. So, and we limit ourselves in so many
But
ways,
is such
right?
a state
Like,
attainable in a physical body?
well, even the quote laws of physics are pretty, you know, up to debate at this very moment. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that shit works.
Did you just spill your water all over my floor?
No, I just dropped my phone. Just drop the phone. It's all good.
I forgot I had a ginger beer. Sorry. Ginger beer commercial.
Ginger beer.
Ginger beer.
It's
Drink
delicious. It's beer, but it tastes like soda pop.
It's beer, but it tastes like that candy at the tea shop. Hold on.
Damn, you no
Just
more
like-
ginger beer for you, man.
Couple more, dude. Before we get back on track, we can edit this out. Cool.
In our state-of-the-art studio.
All right.
Chocolate
Well, all right. So how about
farts.
this? How about this? You know, these kids being born with all these unbelievable skills.
Yeah. Like, wait. Did you see the baby? There's like one where it's like a not 2 years old skateboarding and like going down stairs like a one set.
And like kind of doing little slappy nose slides
Yeah.
almost.
He has a medallion on and a diaper.
Yes.
Oh, that kid's the best. That kid's great.
Chris Cruz said the best thing. He said, what? I sent it to him. I sent it to a bunch of people right when I got it, you know, because I was like, dude, check this out. This is crazy. And I was all, whoever doesn't believe in reincarnation is crazy. Because this dude didn't have time to learn this. And,
He's literally not as tall as the skateboard.
Right.
he's
right.
so
The kid was
little. He's a
tall.
little
Yeah.
baby. And he's just
And
like
he's on a
shredded.
full-size board,
Yeah,
too, which is crazy.
Which is just this big. It's like a car.
Yeah. He's driving a freaking hoverboard is what he's doing.
Yeah, but Chris Cruz was like, oh, dude, he has a fucking magic medallion on. Shit. Of course.
Man, just hunt down that little kid, take that medallion, you'd be
Super
good.
funny. Anyways, you were talking. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
Oh,
Magic
no. I was
medallion.
That
actually
skater is
leaving it to
awesome.
you. Is like that whole idea about where do these kids get this stuff? Where does it come from, man? Is it reincarnation? Like, or
does? But what else would it be besides that? Like that's the only way I can picture it. Like when you try something and all of a sudden you're just very good at it, you know, like you've been doing it for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? There's something about that, like that, in my head just makes me think that there's something where it's going around in a circle, you know?
like they carried some kind of skill or ability from
the training they did in the life before or in a thing before, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I think that, I don't really know what I believe about as far as, like, reincarnation and life after death, whatever, but, I think it's like I was saying before, you know, I think people can do what they think they can do, you know?
Yeah.
And so this little kid doesn't think he
Or
people can do what they don't think they can't do. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, say that again.
yeah,
People
I did
can
understand
do what
that.
they don't think they can't do.
I talk in
if they-
double negative, so I understand. I totally
Yeah.
understand it.
If they
How
think they
smooth.
can't do it, they can't do it. Like you
True.
were saying, right? But it's not so much as like we can do what we think we can do. It's more about like we can do
Can't do it.
what we don't think we can't do. Like we think we can do something, we can do it.
Yeah, man, that's self-limitation. Self-limitation's a monster. You know, and like just the other day, I was out with some people, and this woman was telling a story, like talking about how she could never get naked in front of somebody. Like, I don't even know how this came up. And
So
somebody that she's gonna do it with?
well, like she has this huge issue with getting naked.
Okay.
Like,
Who's this woman again?
just somebody I was out. Yeah, just somebody we were out with the other
Just
day.
on the street by your
Oh,
I'm
you're
not
just
gonna name
taking
drop,
a
I'm not
walk
gonna name
with
drop.
the dog.
No. We were all out. We were out going to an event, and somebody
someone you know.
We were carpooling. Yes, a
Okay.
friend.
Okay.
Was, mentioning this, and I think this came up because my wife leads these women's retreats, and sometimes like we go to exotic locations, and we all hang out naked on a beach, and like they have this big sisterhood moment, like woohoo, like we're empowered, we're like in the waves, all like a bunch of naked women together.
And Dan's only dude.
That has happened once.
I just wanted to yell that.
That has happened once. It was really great. I got to hold the sacred masculine, the divine masculine. But
You held it in front of him?
no, that would be crude.
Dan, quit playing with yourself
No.
over there.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
it's too swollen now anyway.
Oh.
But no,
It's scarred.
my wife leads these retreats, and so like this brought up this one woman saying, "Oh, I could never do that. I would never do these things." And like that isn't even really my point. My point here is hearing this self-limiting talk. Like she wasn't saying, "I'm challenged in this area." She wasn't saying like, "Oh, I have some issues here." She's saying, "I could never do that.
Yeah,
I will never
never
do this."
Yeah.
And she's like putting these self-limitations on herself. And
Big
then
ones.
like,
like
yeah,
straight
yeah.
up never.
And then it would continue. There were even other points in the conversation too, where she was talking about other things, and she's like, "Oh, I could never do that. That's just not like me. I would never do these things." I'm like, why are you saying that? Like, why are you
people,
doing that? to yourself?
people say things they don't really know what they're saying, like because what they're saying they're not literally meaning those words. They're like saying those words are code for like an idea. You know what I mean?
But they don't
I
understand
do,
the power of
but
that.
the power is they are saying
No,
those
I mean
physical words,
they're making a
and their
mantra for
subconscious
themselves
is
and saying it
hearing
over and
those
over.
physical words.
Yeah.
But like it's people say like, "Oh, I'll fucking kill you."
Mhm.
Who's ever killed anyone? You know what I'm saying?
Right, yes. But anyway,
You say things. There's figures of speech, and that's some people. Again, it's not necessarily the best thing to do. I think the best thing to do is to say what you mean.
yeah.
But,
Or at least use affirmative language.
Leave it open.
You could say the same thing and say, "I'm working on my body issues in that area." Or you could say, like, I am having difficulty doing that now, but I could, whatever. You could leave it in a
hard.
positive context instead of saying, "I will never." Like, okay, you never will. You just said you won't. You've made that a fact now. You've like cemented it.
all right.
I went through things like that. Like football. I was like, oh, fucking fuck football. It's the dumbest thing ever, blah, blah, blah. Go Hawks!
Go Hawks!
Now I'm talking about, now it's just go Hawks!
12th man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well,
I
that's
used
what
to hate it.
people always say. I'll never do this or I'll never do that. And like maybe they mean it literally, maybe they don't. But most of the things that you like think about to say, "Oh, I would never do," isn't some like crazy fucked up thing that you should never do. You know
No,
what
it's
I
just
mean?
something little random.
Right. It's like,
I'll
oh,
never
I
eat
would never,
broccoli.
go skinny dipping at the beach or whatever. Like.
Well, you just ruled out that life experience. Way to go.
No, but then you end up just doing it anyway.
Keep
You know what I'm
that one
saying?
Right,
Like-
right.
My aunt, I had a cool aunt, and she was like, I said that about broccoli. Like, I'll never eat broccoli. What? Broccoli's like the most disgusting thing.
Yeah.
Whatever. And she's like, yeah, but you'll grow, and you'll learn to like it. You'll like it sometime. Nope. No, I won't.
You're like 12 or
At
something.
all. I'll never eat it. Ever, ever, ever.
And now
My whole life.
how's your relationship with broccoli?
It's good, but the contract that she made me sign, that she still has,
The no
and now I'm gonna have to
broccoli
try to
contract?
get the picture of that.
What?
Whoa. 'Cause
There's
I was
a no
like,
broccoli
never. Yeah, I'll
contract?
sign everything.
I will never eat broccoli.
That's
Signed.
illegal.
Signed.
She's just like,
She's got it
it's all,
framed.
it's like 20 years later.
Next to a picture of you eating broccoli.
Yeah, I'm
Just a
just eating
mouthful
broccoli
of
while I'm
broccoli.
eating broccoli.
Broccoli tofu.
Aunt Penny, dude. She knew what was up with that one.
I want to see those. I want to review that contract. I bet you we can get you out of it somehow. There's
Yeah.
probably a loophole.
Oh, totally. There's
Well, I
always
signed it in
football.
pencil, first of all. I know that.
Sweet. It never happened.
I was thinking.
Good job.
Because I was like, well, with cheese or like a lot of butter, you know? You gotta
Some
think.
garlic on there.
You dump sugar on anything, it's good.
Cheese is sugar. It's salty sugar.
What if it's wrapped in a hot pocket? Totally different.
Gross. I've never eaten one of those things.
Good for you, man.
Ugh. It looks horrible when they like break it in half on the commercial and like open it up for you. I'm just like,
Dude,
oh!
I love them.
It makes me like cringe. I don't know why.
But you know what's bad is because on the TV, on the commercial or in the advertisement, the food looks the best it's ever going to look. Like,
Yeah,
that's
right?
a
So if
shiny
you
moment. And if
brought
you
one
already
home-
think that's gross, if you think the best it can look is already gross,
If you
it is
you
only
think-
going to disappoint.
If you think the black hamburger looks
Oh, the
gross,
McDonald's. The McDonald's.
I don't remember who it was. I don't think it was McDonald's.
It is. It's totally McDonald's. I'll look it up right now.
What?
The black hamburger. It's okay.
What do you, I don't get
It's
it.
in
It's
Japan.
the newest
It's
thing,
Japan.
man.
It's Japan. They can do anything they want.
Black cheese, black buns, Black Lives Matter.
Oh, it's Burger King. Burger
Mhm.
King. Japan's black hamburgers, dude.
Mhm. Racist.
The racist.
Here
How's
you
that
go.
racist?
Here you go, Jeff. Burger King's selling those in Japan.
It's really just
So what is it? Just like dyed with like beet juice or something?
No, it's dolphin.
Dolphin.
Dolphins
It's
sold.
endangered octopus ink.
No, dolphins. They only use dolphins.
But they only choose the black dolphins.
How do you make bun out of dolphins?
Dude,
It's bread.
I'm not a chef.
I'm not a chef.
Hey, man,
I never claimed to be a chef.
The food
This
scientists
one's
at
got
Burger
sesame
King
seeds on it.
can do anything. Black sesame?
Is everything black when they put the sesame seeds?
No, and then they got another one right next to it that's got the the poppy seeds on it. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
lighter colored one.
They got the black burger with
Dude,
white
that's
seeds and the white
nature's-
burger with black seeds.
That's nature's sign of don't fucking eat this.
No, it's yellow and
And
black.
it just works.
And then, thanks to Google,
Is that a real thing?
thanks to Google
That's
image
stuck in
search, as we're looking up black hamburger, that's what I typed in.
Oh, no.
Yeah, god damn, save that picture. Whoa.
It's like, there
Don't
is
Google anything.
if you Google black hamburger mixed in with Burger King's black burger,
Dude, that fucking thing is so. Look how many it's got a whole jar of pickles on the fucking toothpick in the middle, and it's so big.
There's
He's
a
he's
picture.
coming at it underhanded.
the
Yeah.
biggest man, it's like a 400-pound black man eating a hamburger that is as big as his bowling ball sized head. It is like the
That's like a-
biggest hamburger.
That's like
I've
a
ever
pizza
seen.
that's like 7 inches tall. Is what he's eating right now. Is basically what it looks like. It's the wheel on your camping trailer.
So then that photo, that makes me think of something else. You know what's hilarious?
What?
That we live in a culture and a society where,
You can buy
There's-
that somewhere.
well, that's funny too. That alone is funny. But that there are like somewhere out there, picture in your mind's eye, there's
Or
a
not.
starving family. There's this little family. They're hungry. They ain't got no food. They're just starving. They're like
Yeah.
huddled
They're
up in their
cold.
corner, Maybe they got one box of Kraft macaroni and cheese to last them a week. You know what I mean? And then somewhere from that family down the street, there's a professional competitive eating competition that these assholes are eating like 72 hot dogs in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? What's going on there?
Dude, the hot dogs are so good.
Oh, gross. Soaked in water.
They dunk the buns in water.
Oh, yeah, that's super gross.
Uh,
I don't eat no. When I eat a hot dog, it's got to be grilled so it changes color.
yeah.
And it can't be the same color it was
You want
when
that
it
pale?
came out of the package.
You don't
When
want
I
that
eat when I eat a
pale.
veggie dog, I agree with you. I do the same thing.
It's
You
gotta be grilled
you gotta
up.
crisp that skin.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, like you got like competitive eaters.
Yeah, how is that even a sport, right? How do you even get into that?
I went to Staten Island and the hot dog stand was like closed, but it was like the place where that went down.
Oh yeah,
Every year. Yeah, and it was all great. Like that was their whole selling point. I was like, man.
It was
I
Nathan's.
wish it wasn't going on though.
Was it Nathan's hot dog? I think that's the joint.
I don't remember the name per se, but I know it was a hot dog place that had the hot dog thing. Because they had 47,000 signs on there that were like, "We do the hot dog thing."
I do like, however, that for a few years, I think he's finally lost his like ranking. But for a few years, the king was this Japanese kid, Kobayashi.
Oh, and he's just little.
He looked like us.
Yeah,
he's just like a skinny guy. And that kid would eat like twice as much as everybody else. He'd put him under the table. Just be like, rah, 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 rah. Just
He
like,
would cram them. He
Oh.
would push all their stuff.
he'd like
under
double
the
and
table.
triple him up. Kobayashi, man, he ran that shit for a few years.
That's ridiculous.
He's the one I know too. Think about that. You just are known.
Yeah, exactly. All over the world in like dancing, there's people starving.
Right down the street.
Oh, I wonder if he's a dick.
Of course he was. He's world champion. World champion. Anything's a dick.
Right.
Yes.
I'm the world champion.
He just like he rolls through like some just small town. He
Doesn't
goes through like
pop.
the Red Hot in Tacoma, just like grabbing dogs out of people's hands, just like grabbing that shit, eating it. Gar, gar.
You know
I
my
know
name?
that's not the place to go though. I mean, those hot dogs are pretty burly at that place.
Yeah.
They come
They're
with
big.
a lot of
Lot of
toppings
stuff,
on those
yeah.
things.
The current
It's not
record.
soaked in water.
By the
No.
way, the current record, just to keep it straight, is Joey Chestnut of San Jose, California.
Joey Chestnut.
He inhaled a record of 69 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
What?
You need some parenting. Or like a hug.
Dude,
What the hell are you doing?
How do you even practice?
What are you doing?
that? You got your lawn mowing job or your babysitting job or whatever, so you can buy hot dogs so you can practice. Like when you're a kid, how do you get into this
You
when you're a kid?
stretch
You know
out
what I
your-
mean?
right, and like you
Your
like
parents are like, yeah, you should be into eating hot dogs competitively. Yeah, that's a good idea.
You got
no
a future
parent
in
thinks
this.
that's a good idea, right?
you got a future in this, Joey.
Yeah.
You got a future in this, Joey.
You could be a contender. And then meanwhile, dude, the post contest poo. The first time you sit down, you got like 69 hot dogs up
Oh,
your
my
whoa.
God.
Get that out of your system.
For a second,
How
you were
do you
just
not
talking in a
just
different
die?
language, and then it all
You got,
came
like,
through.
Post hot dog, all those hot dog farts for like a month after that.
Who knows, man?
Oh, dude.
Well, what if the next contest is tomorrow?
No,
you
you
gotta
can't do
go.
it.
You
can't
gotta
do
fight
it.
2 days in a row.
No, you can't do it.
I got 2 fights.
You can't do back to back, man.
I'm doing Staten Island, and then I gotta travel. Yeah, the airplane's bump.
Squonk, squonk.
Oh,
It doesn't work now.
It doesn't work on cue. I like that. What's up? Christmas is coming up.
Yeah.
The goose is getting fat.
About time to chop the head off the goose. Cook it up.
What do you guys do for Christmas?
Usually I go skiing,
What?
Oh, that's nice.
That's a
That's
good
nice.
one.
but I don't know if there's gonna be snow. It's not snowing up the mountain right now, so
Oh,
it's
yeah.
been snowing. Season hasn't really started yet.
God's mad.
It's only a couple weeks from now, so I don't know. But either way, we'll
Do something. You go to the cabin anyway?
we're gonna go to
Don't give the address.
yeah, we'll be at 123 Page Street.
I'm serious. Murderers listen to this shit.
Yeah, well, if he goes to 123 Fake Street,
Boom! There's gonna be a whole bunch of them murder each other, motherfuckers. Dumb motherfuckers.
it's just at that address is just a fucking ultimate fighting octagon.
Right. They show up at 123 Fake Street, and there's like somehow it's a time portal. There's Jeremy Gregory all bleeding from his face, talking to some cops on the front lawn.
They gave me the weed back.
After they gave you the weed back, after they said they never would. They're
Yeah.
like, you're not getting this back.
Yeah, don't believe cops. took man, this kid's gonna need it. No, they were like,
We don't want
where's
to
all that blood coming from? And, like, what is all that stuff in his mouth? It looks like a blender got loose in his mouth. Weird.
They didn't want to do any of that paperwork. that's
No,
why.
not at all. Dude, they're like, oh, this dude is just shit faced too. I don't even really want to do it. You want them in our truck, in our car?
No.
Indy, you want out?
Yeah, you can't go out there. Sorry.
You gotta wait.
You gotta wait.
Sorry, buddy.
Sorry, studio dog.
A roof.
That's part of being the studio dog.
Signed up for the whole hour. You're booked.
Christmas. I'm going
what-
back to Christmas.
Yeah, what do you guys do for Christmas?
Christmas.
I'm hanging out with my kids. That's always nice.
Well, you have kids, of course.
And that makes my whole Christmas. I mean,
Yeah,
otherwise,
that's the thing.
otherwise, not so much of a thing to me. But
You gotta put the Christmas tree out on the deck.
no, man, we got a nice little,
Tiny one.
2-foot little tall Charlie Brown tree in the living room. It's beautiful.
Nice, I love it.
It's beautiful.
That's what my mom does too.
It sounds like you live on a boat.
I do live on a boat. Yeah.
Crazy.
No, it's a yacht. We live on a yacht now.
Oh, you lived on a boat, though.
We lived
got
on a
the
boat.
upgrade.
With a hot tub.
We lived on a boat with a hot tub, and now we moved up. We're on yacht status now.
Moving on
Is
it.
there a hot tub?
Not yet. There will
2
be.
docks down or
All
some
right.
shit.
2 docks down on our other boat. We got a hot tub, but Yeah, you cross over a certain foot threshold length, and you become a yacht.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the yacht club.
Yacht status, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
You gotta pay monthly dues at the yacht club now.
We are not members of a yacht club at this time.
They wouldn't have you.
Haven't submitted. We haven't submitted our.
Like, we don't like you artist types around here. You don't walk in being like, so.
Yeah.
Where do I sign up?
Where do I sign up? Like on Who's Your Caddy?
Who's your cat?
Oh, nobody knows that movie.
Oh, no.
Totally lost
You
reference.
told me about the movie. I know about it.
Yeah.
You're telling me.
It's a good one, kids. Check it out.
Don't ever watch it. Just watch Caddyshack.
Super good, kids. Check it out. It's a hip hop one.
It's like a hip hop
Hip hop
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack.
It's the best thing. It's the rappers. They're rich, so they're like, I'm gonna do golf. Fuck it. And then
This isn't the Fat Boys, is it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Good.
It's newer than that.
It's
Okay, it's Big Daddy.
What?
Big Daddy. What am I?
Big
fuck am I
Daddy?
talking?
Who
It's
the
like
fuck's that?
these are like my brothers growing up my whole life.
Yeah.
But Outkast.
Yeah.
Uh,
Big boy.
Big Boy.
Big boy.
Andre 3000.
Yeah, but Big Boy's in it, and he's the main dude. So there you go.
So there you go.
That's cool.
That's
The
it.
golf
Not
movie.
Andre. No, not Andre.
Oh, that is not as cool. I only liked him.
He's just prettier. Looks more like a girl. Anyways.
Come on, man. He hooked up with Erykah Badu. That's cool. That's cool.
He's totally cool.
They were a power couple.
Yeah, he's like
Kind of a genius.
Totally. I totally look up to that.
Except
dude.
for when he
I
had
didn't
Slip
ever
and did
want-
that movie.
Yeah,
Mental Slip when he said sure. I'll
Love
sign up for that.
Love it. No, because he's like that dude from North Korea that died. You know what I'm talking
Kim
about?
Jong-il?
Yes. He's like that. You know what I'm saying?
What? He's a horrible dictator.
No. The good part of
He's so
Jong-il.
Romery?
What?
He's so Romery.
He's just Romery.
So
And-
Romery.
No. He just wants to do whatever the fuck he wants to do. If he wants to be in a movie, he wants to be in a movie.
Oh, okay.
I'm fucking.
Andre can do anything. He can do
Yeah.
anything he wants.
But so can the dead dude from North Korea. That's my point.
Oh shit! You know, speaking of him, speaking of
Yeah,
Kim Jong-il,
let's talk about him. I
this
love
is good.
him. He's my favorite.
I read this article a little while ago about
He didn't do one thing to a dolphin. Sorry.
about dictators.
Yeah.
I read this article about what dictators' diets were like and what dictators ate. And
What
Kim
did he
Jong-il,
eat?
Yes.
Because he ate some weird shit.
he only ate like the richest food from
Yeah.
around the planet, of course, right? Because everyone in
Right.
North Korea like has no food. And so Kim Jong-il, meanwhile, has like
Russian
he was eating these
caviar and-
Russian caviar. His favorite dish was to spread Russian caviar, beluga caviar, on top of Japanese rice cakes that had some crazy like mushroom in it, some special specific like a truffle mushroom in his rice cakes. They were $180 for a rice cake. One rice cake, a little 4-inch rice cake, was $180.
If you're running a damn country, you get to do whatever the fuck you want.
You can do whatever you want. So
I'm
he
gonna
would eat that, and then not
I'm
only
eating
that,
3 of those, and I'm not even eating the last one. I'm just taking one little bite.
you're just throwing that shit away. Just one bite each, and just throwing that shit out. You know,
I'm throwing it at somebody.
feeding it to the dog, whatever.
Pick that up.
He
Super
employed
dog.
Kim Jong-il had a full-time employee whose job was to
Wipe his
ahead
butt.
of time. Well, he probably had that too.
Awesome.
He had gold-plated toilets. He had full,
See?
like real 24 gold.
This dude, man,
toilets.
he's just like,
You gotta
But-
be so bored to even care about having that. You
I'm
know what
bummed
I'm
he's
saying?
dead though.
He had a full-time employee whose job was to make sure that every grain of rice in his rice was the same size. They would go through grain by grain and compare and make sure every single rice was of a uniform size.
Rice checker.
And that was her full-time job.
Rice check.
Her or him. I don't
Rice
know.
check.
Rice
That's
check on
ridiculous.
aisle 3.
I'd just be like, okay, I'm gonna go in the rice checking room. I take a nap, come out 3 hours later, like, you're good.
Oh, hell no. Cause
Oh no, man! If
Put
you
up
slipped
behind
up,
you or something, right?
yeah,
Yeah, if it was me, I'm finding that. That's all I'm doing every time I'm at a meal. It's just looking for one that's different.
They like take your eyes.
Yeah.
You know? Miss a grain of
Jack
rice
your
and take your
kids
I
up.
don't
eyes.
need these anyways, it seems. Not that you use them.
Couldn't spot this grain of rice in this bowl.
What if they planted one? That's not cool.
See?
You know, they put a long grain in there all of a sudden. It's like this. inch long.
And you know he probably did that too.
That's what I'm saying. He's like, I don't like this guy.
Let's get rid of this guy.
How do you expect me to digest this big rice?
Right?
Come on.
How crazy do you have to be to need the rice to be all the same size?
Oh, another great thing that I like from that article is Fidel Castro's favorite dish was turtle soup. He loved him some turtle soup. But then he was such a kind-hearted man that when the turtle got put on the endangered species list, he swore it off and only started eating like baby goats. He moved from turtle soup to baby goat soup. Because there were plenty of baby goats. He didn't care about that.
Yeah, they're not endangered.
Fainting ones.
I only eat fainting goat soup.
Yes, because I want to scare him and then I want to kill him myself and eat him. Just right then.
Oh, what?
Ah! And then they do that. And then you just bite their belly.
I don't know what that is. What's a fainting goat?
What? Yay!
Fainting goats.
Fainting goat is the best thing that God ever made when he was fucking around. You make a
All
noise.
right, Jeff. Here we go.
You make a noise.
Fainting goats.
Let's see that.
YouTube video. I just googled fainting goats and found the
Radio.
very first YouTube video.
Radio alert. Radio alert.
Watching a video.
Watching a video. Radio alert. So.
Okay, they're not fainting yet.
No, there's a hold.
What? What? He just fell on his face.
He gets hard. He gets like all his muscles get hard. Oh, it's the best.
So why do
They get
fall
frightened and then they just paralyze.
get paralyzed.
Every muscle in their body just contracts.
And they just fall over.
And they just fall over and stick up.
Down? What kind of survival
I
instinct
know.
is that?
And they're still alive and they're everywhere.
There's just dozens of goats running around, and then they do something to scare them, and then they all just fall down.
You can just clap your hands. I would just do that all day, just control freak style.
You gotta, I mean, so you
Lay
just scare
down.
the crap out of them when you're come to feed them,
Yeah.
All right, everybody, come on, let's go.
Yeah. And just,
And they all fall down.
I love them.
That seems like, you shouldn't really survive. If that's your instinct to danger is
Oh yeah, no.
roll on your back and
stick your soft spot out.
Yeah.
Right. Stick your most vulnerable spot up in the air and hold perfectly still.
And just
Just
however
roll
long
over.
it takes, you need to feel comfortable. Go for it.
Just little cougar teeth, just. Psst.
That's like asking to not be a real species anymore.
Whoa, so I wonder how the fainting goats evolved. Maybe it's because we've completely eradicated all of the natural predators, and wherever the fuck they live, there are no mountain lions or cougars or wolves or whatever else would have normally eaten a goat. So it's like the goat can faint and it doesn't even care. There's nothing to swoop down on it.
Right, but why would it have existed in the first place? Before humans started meddling.
Like what caused the fainting process anyway?
Yeah. Because that can't be Darwin can't be seeing that as a favorable trait.
Comic relief.
You're right.
So that's why I said when God was fucking around.
Yeah.
Just plain funny. You know
He's
what would
like,
be funny?
you know what would be funny? Hey, put this in there. Put this in there.
Ooh, the loud noise fall down chip. Put that in there, in the brain. Zip. Solder that one in the back.
Watch this. Clap. Clap.
Every time the thunderstorm comes, all the sheep just fall down.
Wow. And God laughs.
Is that his fun? Maybe?
Yeah,
That's what God does for fun.
Totally what I'm saying.
He makes platypuses and fainting goats.
Oh, ending on the fainting goats.
Well, it's a wrap.
So is that a super old thing it's totally whack that I've never heard of him before?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just
Totally.
wanted to check.
It's a real old one. Well,
I think that's a wrap for episode 3.
we talk over the
Gentlemen.
music.
You can talk whatever you want.
Do whatever you want.
That's
Do what
right.
you want, man. Do what you want.
That's right.
Play Kim Jong-il up in here.
Hey, just remember.
Keep those rice grains equal.
Yeah. This is Candy Teeth Radio telling you, keep it fun and have a good time, folks. All right, have a DVD.
Boom,